everybody, welcome to the barn at Blue Barn. I'm Beth from Blue Barn Kitchen, and today we're simulcasting on my page, Beth Neidick, and the Domestic Superhero website. So I'm so excited to get started with you guys. I always love to know where you're from, so please when you come on, let me know where you're from, because we're making some amazing food tonight. Again, this is what's in my refrigerator, figuring out what to make. It's always so hard, especially when you haven't gotten a chance to go food shopping. So if you go into your fridge and you see that there's components and you want to figure out how to make them together, these are some options that you can have. So have any questions during the way? Hi, Helen and Stephanie and Barry. Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know if you have any questions. I have the hubby over there also looking up your comments, so he will let me know if I miss any of your questions. So tonight, what we're making is chicken with zucchini and leeks. I love leeks this time of year. We're gonna make some sweet potato nachos, a twist on nachos, something that I'm doing to see how it works for next week, for 2 weeks for Super Bowl. And I'm making some eggplant I pre-made some arugula pesto, which is super easy, and I'll tell you guys how to do it as well. And I'm also making, that's it. So I'm making 3 things tonight. Oh, and a cocktail. So very low volume right here, you guys. Let me up the volume. Let me get a little bit closer. How you guys doing? I put a little makeup on tonight. Let me up the volume on this one. Excuse me, as my hand goes in front of the camera. So there you go. Where are you from? Northwest Tennessee. Awesome. I've never been to Tennessee, but I'd like to go. So if you guys can't hear me, let me know and I'll talk a little bit louder. Thanks, Jody, Stacy, Jen, Geraldine. Hi, everybody. I hope Vince and Rachel can now hear me loud and clear. So we're going to start. So I do have everything lined up over there on my table. You guys can see. So I'm going to start with the sweet potato nachos. I thought it was like a nice change. Hi, Vince from Illinois. From the regular nachos. Like, we're not eating corn in my house right now. So I figured these nachos were a good idea. So let me get them. So here we go. So we got some good stuff. So I pre-cut some sweet potatoes. The other thing I'm going to do today, guys, is I always talk so fast because I want to get everything in and I want you to see what we're doing. I'm going to try to slow down a little bit today, breathe a little bit more, and I hope you guys can hear me. So this is what we're going to start with. I made a taco seasoning today, but you guys can just buy taco seasoning. They didn't have any at Trader Joe's today, so I just made my own when I got home. And what I did is I cut up some sweet potatoes into wedges. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Just took the sweet potato. Hope you guys can see. Let me move it back just a little bit so those can see me at the Blue Barn. Again, I'm Beth from Blue Barn Kitchen, and we're on Domestic Superhero today. Hi, Samantha. So I'm going to cut them into wedges. You know, I usually have my husband do the sweet potatoes because they're hard to cut. So if you have that trouble too, just get somebody in the house. I have 2 big teenage boys, so they usually help me too to cut them up. So you're literally just cutting them up almost like you're making like steak fries. So you're going to cut them up into little pieces. Let's see. Hey, Amy. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Matthew and Brett and Brian and Liz. Thanks, everyone, for coming. We're making some sweet potato nachos. Okay. So we have all the sweet potatoes in the bowl. You guys can see all cut up. And then I got 1 package of florets, broccoli florets. So I'm going to open that up. And I want to cut them a little bit smaller because they're a little big. They come like a little too big. So we're going to cut that up a little bit. First time watching, thanks Samantha. Where are you guys from? Everyone can tell me where they're from. I'm in northern New Jersey, born and bred here. Didn't get to go, went far and came back. A little known fact is my husband and I actually grew up in the same area, and our kids went to the same elementary school my kids that he went to, which I always think is kind of funny. Hi, Lori Dalby, how you doing? So here's the cauliflower. So it's cauliflower and sweet potato nachos. That's what we're making right now. Hello from Texas. Wow, Texas. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put, I've already sprayed the tray. So you guys just silver line tray. I'm not having an issue with silver paper or aluminum foil. If you do, that's up to you. So we're gonna put some of the potatoes, and don't worry about lining them up and not touching. It's all good. So we're gonna put them on the tray, and we're gonna sprinkle the cauliflower on top of the sweet potatoes. And I'll show you guys in a second. There we go. Put so it's all on, just like you were roasting some vegetables, all on there together. I'm gonna take my olive oil. I got my extra virgin olive oil and I got my spout, so I'm gonna give it a nice drizzle because you really do want these crispy. Now you could do it in a bowl to begin with. You could put everything in a bowl, Put the olive oil in the bowl, cover it like that. That's an extra thing to wash. I don't really feel like doing it. This is my taco seasoning. So I'm gonna cover it in taco seasoning. There you go. And you can use any seasoning. You wanna use paprika and cumin, whatever flavor you wanna make them. You can use cinnamon and sugar. Let's see who else. Hi, Brett from New York City. Hi, Tara. Julia, nice to see you. We're gonna have lunch this week. There we go. Some olive oil, salt, some olive oil, taco seasoning. There's enough salt in there. There's enough pepper in there. Shake it up just a little bit. I preheated my oven. Let me make sure I have it to the right temperature so I tell you guys. 425. We're going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes. So I'm going to heat up the oven, so I didn't put it high enough. Make sure you check your oven all the time. So I'm getting questions about what this pot is. This pot right here is I'm making some chicken soup. Everyone seems to be sick, and I'm not getting sick, so I'm making some homemade chicken soup. We're going to put this in the oven. This now will take a little bit longer because it wasn't 425. So that's it. So that's your side dish. That's one of your side dishes. And if your family likes sweet potatoes and they don't like cauliflower, they like broccoli instead, then use broccoli instead. It's really all the spices you put it on and the way that you cook it to get your family to eat it. So let's see who else is here. Amanda from the United Kingdom, Amy from Canada, Christine from Tasmania. I love when Tasmania shows up. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, the flu is totally bad. Hi, Anthony. I'm not getting the flu. I took super vitamin C today, and I'm taking some fire cider. I'm going to go buy that tomorrow. Anyone know what fire cider is? Helps you not be sick, or to keep you from getting sicker and sicker. So try that as well. I think you can buy that at Whole Foods or probably Amazon because you can buy everything on Amazon. So that was one recipe. That took 3 minutes. And when that comes out, we're going to dress it just like you would dress nachos. So healthier nachos. And the sweet potatoes you can, keep, if you have extra sweet potatoes, then put them in water, put them in the fridge, you can cook them the next day. Great potatoes, great crispiness that way. Oh, also VN Nutrition in Westfield, shout out to Karen, has some as well. Hello, Martha from Missouri. Thanks everyone for coming. So next we're gonna make the eggplant. So I did go ahead and make, before we started, an arugula pesto. Give me the whole thing. So here's my eggplant. Any jokes you want to say? Tell me now. No? Nobody wants to joke about an eggplant? Okay, so we started with the eggplant, and we made this beautiful, if you guys can see it, this beautiful green pesto. There is no dairy in this pesto. It is arugula, nutritional yeast, garlic, walnuts, and thanks, Amanda, and garlic, walnuts, extra virgin olive oil, and lemon, and that's it, and it tastes great. You can use parsley, you can use spinach, you can use whatever you'd like. I had extra arugula, so I used arugula. So I want to say hi to Bobby from Lancaster and Amanda from, oh, thanks, I like your kitchen, thank you. And Linda from Los Angeles. Again, this is the kitchen at the Blue Barn. And today we are simulcasting on Blue Barn Kitchen and also on Domestic Superhero. Okay, so this is your pesto. This always makes a lot. We're not going to need enough for this, but we can use this in your eggs. Actually, on your oatmeal, it's actually really good because it's just arugula, it's just greens. You can use it on everything. It's one of those things that I kind of don't tell anybody, but sometimes I'll take a spoon and I'll just eat it out of the fridge. So let's get this started. So Annie from PA, welcome too. Okay, so we're gonna cut up our eggplant. How are the comments going? Okay, good. We're gonna cut up our eggplant. Simple way to cut up your eggplant. It's not fancy, so we're gonna cut in half. And none of that salting or anything else like that. And we're gonna cut it in half again. So nice big pieces. So if you have a family of 4 and you want to cut it in quarters, cut it in quarters, and then you can feed your family. If you're having more people over, I always like to do that too. But when you're cutting it, I always want to give you like the fancy easiness, the easy way. So this is one of the quarters. You see it's a triangle, it's got 3 sides. Just make sure you cut it in the middle again so you have wedges. So just like you did with the sweet potatoes, you did with the eggplant as well. So let me cut this. I guess you could do it both ways. There you go. And what we're going to do is we're going to slather that amazing pesto all over the eggplant. And with this, you have a great salad. So this is something, because I don't eat meat, and my family does. So this is something that if you want to have a plant-based diet and you're still making food for them, this is a real heartiness. You can give a little bit to them, and you can have this by yourself for dinner. And I actually do that a lot. I really like it. So again, I have a sheet pan all ready. So I'm going to put the eggplant. I like it to get a little bit of, I like a little dark on everything. I like it a little crispy, so I'm going to put it one side down on each of them, but all on here. And then we're going to take the pesto. I think you guys can see this. We're going to take the pesto and we're going to lather up the pesto. Lather up the eggplants with the pesto. So don't worry about not putting enough. Put more than you think you should. It cooks really nice. It gets a real nice caramelization on the top of it. And remember, it's arugula or spinach or parsley, whatever you have, whatever you like in the fridge, whatever you have in the fridge or whatever you like. So it's good for you. And remember, there's no dairy in this. There's not a lot of fat in this. It's a lot of fiber and good antioxidants. And also there's new flavors. I always like to introduce new flavors to my kids and to my clients, because the more flavors that you try when you're younger, the less of a fussy eater you are when you're older. So if you can get your kids to try anything green, this is one thing I actually let them try, or get them to try it. And since you're making it in the blender, you're making it into like in a little, what do I make it in? What's it, my little Cuisinart, like my little Cuisinart. They can help you. They can push the button, which gets them involved in the cooking process. And usually when kids help cook, they eat it more. Okay, so I used about half of it. And it's all over the place. And it smells really good. This is when we need smell-o-vision. Hi, Mindy, and hi, Greg. Thanks for coming to the barn, in the kitchen at the barn. This is eggplant with arugula pesto. We're going to cook this up and as we do that, we're going to make a, super good. We're going to make a tomato salad to go with it. So simple, if you guys can see it. I just took it and slathered each side with the pesto. I'm going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes. And hopefully not burn myself. Okay. So I'm hoping that the sweet potatoes and the sweet potatoes and the eggplant are done at the same time. So let's see who's on. Any questions? We got Annie from Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for coming again. This is Beth from Blue Barn Kitchen. I'm today on simulcasting on Domestic Superhero and Blue Barn Kitchen at the same time. And we have the sweet potato nachos cooking in the oven. We also have the 425. I have the sweet potatoes. The eggplant you can really cook slower. If you're cooking it by yourself, I would do more 400. But I like cooking things once and not worrying too much about them. So I put them in together. So we have the eggplant with the pesto and the sweet potato nachos in there. So we're now going to make the salad. We got our nice big cucumber. And I got some cherry tomatoes. So we're going to cut these up. I asked my husband earlier if he wanted the cucumber like skin on, skin off. He likes the skin on. So this is the way I cut it. And this is a salad that I'll always have ready in my refrigerator to go. You know, I call it Israeli salad. People call it, it's really cucumber and tomato salad. It's super fast and super easy. And I think it's one thing, you know, kids usually will eat cucumbers. Sometimes they'll eat tomatoes. So if you have kids that'll eat cucumbers and tomatoes, it's a great way to get it into them. And it's a good salad without dipping it into ranch or anything. So the pesto I didn't make on air. I made it beforehand because it's really loud. So I put half a bag of pesto into my Cuisinart. I'm not a good, you know. Half a bag of arugula in my Cuisinart. I put 3/4 of a cup of walnuts. I put a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, and I put probably a 1/4 cup of olive oil. All the recipes will be up on my website tomorrow, so you can get all of the actual measurements there as well. Oh, and also half a lemon. So here I'm cutting up the cucumber. You guys see I just stack it. I cut it in half. I turn it. And then I cut it twice. So they're all uniform sizes because you don't want to have like a huge piece of cucumber and a tiny little tomato. Let's put it all in here. Keep asking questions. I love when you guys ask questions so I can really help you. No one in your family eats tomatoes for you, Christine? Then make it for yourself. My family likes to eat meat, and they don't like lentils, and they don't like beets. I make them for myself all the time. So even if your family doesn't eat it, you should actually make it for yourself. Because don't you deserve it? Don't you deserve the food that you like after you make everything for them? Here's the cherry tomatoes. I'm really just cutting them in half because they're kind of the same size as the cucumber. So it's one piece, one slice, one bite. I'm gonna cut these up. I'm not using the right knife, so I'm gonna switch knives. When you cut tomatoes, you really need a knife that has a serrated edge, and these have a straight edge, so I'm gonna cut that up as well. Let's see who else. You guys have any more questions? We're gonna start cooking the chicken in a couple minutes. The chicken takes really no time at all. This dish is great. You flour the chicken, you put it in the pan, you cook it in the pan, sometimes called schnitzel, sometimes called other things, and then you can flavor it after you take it out of the pan with whatever vegetables. Again, whatever vegetables you have in your kitchen, that's what you should be cooking with. I'm not a big recipe follower. I do on our shows because I want you to be able to recreate the recipes. But I kind of like whatever's in the refrigerator, I'll roast it or pan sear it, put it together, salt and pepper, olive oil, lots of garlic, lots of fresh herbs, so that really makes all the difference. But like anyone that's watching, let's see, I haven't heard of arugula here in the UK. Is it called something else in the UK? I don't know. So it's another green, so any greens that you have, Swiss chard tastes really good, anything that you like that has a light flavor. Arugula has like a peppery flavor. So here we go. So this is tomato. It's just tomatoes and cucumbers cut up. I think it's gonna be a great salad on top of the pesto eggplant. And that's about one. I'm throwing things into my sink if you can't figure that out. It's called rocket in the UK. Oh, I'm so glad, Amy, that you figured out the eggplant. Eggplant's really versatile. You can cook it up, salt and pepper, olive oil on top, a little bit of garlic. And I eat it with a fork that way. Baba ganoush is really simple, but making this pesto gives you that extra greens. If you're not a green eater, I think it's also really great to do it that way too. Let's see. Rocket. Okay. And thanks on this side. Let's see. Jean Ann Morgan came too. Thanks so much for joining. Okay, so we got the tomatoes all cut up. And now I'm gonna take out the mint. So my mint went like a little funny with some of them, so I'm not gonna use those. I'm gonna put those in the sink. But when you cook with herbs or when you bake with herbs, or herbs really make a big difference. Mint has a great, who doesn't love a piece of mint? Hi Bonnie, good evening to you. Thanks for coming. So you can put all the mint together, kind of twirl it up because you're gonna cut it into ribbons. And then you're just going to cut it. You guys can see me cut it. And just put it on top. Put it in. Don't worry about putting too much because we always underestimate. Let's put a little bit of olive oil on top. And then we're going to do a little salt and pepper. I have my salt and pepper in like little bowls with little spoons, which I love. So I'm going to put a little bit of pepper on top. A little bit of salt. Let's see. See who else is on here. Everyone tell me where you're from. My Blue Barn Kitchen people. I know where you guys are from and I'm not seeing it. So let me know where you're from as well. Okay, so there you go. Some salt and some pepper. I'm going to get a big spoon. My big spoon. Mix it up. This will last in your refrigerator for a couple days, 3 or 4 days. Great to put on next to a salad or next to some eggs. I try to put it on the kids' plates as much as possible so that they'll actually eat some vegetables. But when I talk to my kids about eating vegetables, these are not vegetables. I say it's got to be more green. Some people say tomatoes are a fruit. Depends how you want it, which way you want to go. Thanks to Holly from New Jersey. Wichita, Kansas is Paige. Bonnie from Wisconsin. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, again, I'm Beth Neidick from Blue Barn Kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen in the barn. Today we're simulcasting on Domestic Superhero and Blue Barn Kitchen. So that we can all be together. This is for the egg in the oven is the eggplant that's slathered with pesto. It's called, let me give you the right name, roasted eggplant wedges with walnut, pesto, and tomato salad. And then we have the sweet potato and cauliflower nachos, which are amazing. So next we're going to start with the chicken. Okay. Let's get ready. This sometimes makes a little bit of a mess, but I think you guys are ready for it. So I wanted to start from really where I start when I make this kind of a dish, is the chicken. I really like all natural organic chicken. If that's not your thing, then don't get it, but that's what I like. So we have right here a little gluten-free flour with salt and pepper already mixed in. I got my pan here. We're only gonna do a few just so I can show you guys. We're gonna heat up some olive oil in the pan. We're basically pan searing the chicken, and then we're gonna take it out. We're gonna add some vegetables. So you'll see how fast we can really get dinner on the table with this one dish. Oh, and so we also have some zucchini, which I cut into rounds. Let me cut this last one up for you guys too. And I really, when you're cutting zucchini, try to make the rounds all the same width. If you have a mandolin, I don't know where my mandolin went. It's here somewhere. You can cut them at the same length as well. There we go. So for this dish, we got leeks, we have shallots. So we're all gonna cut up all the ingredients. But first we're gonna brown the chicken. So everyone with me? Let's see, any questions? I think everyone's with me. So this is getting hot, so I'm gonna open up one of the chickens. So I bought fresh, thinly sliced boneless chicken breasts. That's what I like. If you wanna buy the regular chicken breasts and hammer them out so they're nice and thin, the thin ones take a lot less to cook, a lot less time to cook. That's what I like. So I'm gonna move this over here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna take the chicken, just hopefully you guys can see it. We're gonna take the chicken, we're gonna put it in the flour. This is gluten-free flour with salt and pepper. Just so it's a little bit covered. It gives it like a nice little bit of a crust when it cooks. And that's it, and that's the only thing we're doing to the chicken. Let's see, Amanda is from Nottinghamshire, where Robin Hood is from. But she's fascinated by the US, and we're all so cool. Oh, thanks, Rob. Thanks. My kids told me I'm very uncool, so I appreciate you telling me that I am cool. So this seems hot, so we're gonna put the chicken in here. And this is gonna cook 2 to 3 minutes per side. If they're a little thicker, they'll cook a little longer. So I'm not big on cooking lots of meats, so this is about as far as I get with meat. I always let my husband cook the actual steaks and stuff. My kids don't want me to ruin them, as they say. Just putting it in the pan, we're just gonna sear it, we're just gonna cook them on both sides. I know put a little bit of olive oil in it. You're not deep frying them, so don't put that much olive oil in it in the bottom of the pan. You can use avocado oil or coconut oil, any oil that you like. I like a little bit of olive oil, so that's what I use. So if you have any questions, don't forget to tell me where you are. You're on Domestic Superhero and Blue Barn Kitchen today. And we are making, right now we're making, it's chicken with leeks and zucchini. A little bit of flour. There we go. Make a little room in the pan. My pan's on a medium hot heat. I know you can't see it that much, so I'll show you guys. Just cooking in the pan. There we go. So I'm gonna move all the chicken stuff away because I'm gonna make more. After we finish the show, I'll finish making all the chicken. Okay, so we're gonna let the chicken cook. So what up we have meanwhile, we make some room. Oh, and last time everyone was really interested in my knives. These are great knives. They're actually Cuisinart knives. I think I got them from Costco, but they are spectacular. I like them a lot because they're easier for me to, I have small hands, and they're easier for me to hold. So I like these a lot, and I recommend that if you need knives, go this way as well. Okay. This is Cuisinart. Okay, so this is the chicken with leeks and zucchini. So I already cut up some of the leeks. Let me get my stuff out of the way. Okay, so here we go. So we made all that. I'm gonna get a plate to put it on. Oh, so inside my cabinets, I always put my favorite recipes of what I'm making right now. And I made this tomatillo salsa, which you'll see because we're gonna put it on top of the sweet potato nachos. Let's see. Okay. We're following this recipe, so I know that you guys can follow it as well. We're gonna cut up. So we're gonna cut up the shallot while everything's cooking off. You're gonna cut it nice and thin. If you have the right knife, it's easy to go down the knife, go down the shallot and really cut it nice and thin so that you don't cut your fingers and they're all the same width. Let's see any more questions. Hi, Allison. Thanks for watching. Manel. Let's see who else is here. Amanda, Manel. I think you guys are having a conversation, which is awesome. Thank you for engaging. I'm so excited. Here on Blue Barn Kitchen, let's see. I see some people watching. Where are you from? Let me know where you're from. And we can talk about, and we can get a nice shout out to you also on the show. So this is smelling really good. This is like what I wish we had smell-o-vision. So I'm gonna get my tongs out from in front of you guys. Check to see how far the chicken is. I think you can use a couple more seconds. And right here, I actually have some chicken soup boiling. It's about 40 minutes left, and it's gonna be great chicken soup for the week. So we have our shallots, we cut those up. These are leeks. I want to show you guys what leeks are. I already cut the leeks up. And you cut up the whole thing, which is the leeks. You really want to cut up to here. These are already clean, but these are amazing as well. These are a great winter vegetable. Hi, Allison's mom from Oxford, Michigan. Hi, Denise. These are a great addition to your repertoire. You have onions, you have scallions, you have shallots, and now you have leeks. And you can use them just like you use onions, which is amazing. Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate it. Okay. We got the chicken cooking, so I'm going to cut it up. But you don't need to worry about finishing the chicken in this part, because you're going to put the chicken back in. You want to have like a nice char on the chicken. I'm going to show you guys. Like a nice browning on the chicken. A nice browning on the chicken. I might put a little bit more olive oil. I don't put a lot of olive oil, so a little bit more here. Let that cook up. Cook that about 3 more minutes on that side as well. Thanks, Domestic Superhero. They're on. They're sharing us all over different platforms. Different pages, so everyone can see us make some great meals for tonight. So again, Beth Neidig from Blue Barn Kitchen, non-domestic superhero. Welcome to the kitchen at the barn. We're making, in the oven, we have sweet potato nachos. We have, how about those hats? Sweet potato nachos. We have eggplant with pesto and tomato salad and a tomato cucumber salad. And this is going to be leeks with zucchini and chicken. I'll give it another minute. I'm going to check on our sweet potatoes. I'm going to take it out and push it around a little bit so everything gets nice and covered. We got little crispiness up. Okay, those are looking really good. Oh, it smells so good. Let's see. Kathy said yum. Let's see. Please share the videos. Share the recipes all over your social media as well. Share them so they can come see me on Domestic Superhero and on Blue Barn Kitchen. Okay, and the chicken's almost done. So what we're going to put in, I take the chicken out. We're going to put in chicken broth, zucchini, and leeks, and let that saute up so it makes a nice sauce that you can put over the chicken. But on a Sunday night, I'll make 3 or 4 pounds of chicken like this and put them in the refrigerator. The kids can take it out and chop it up and eat it. They actually eat it like a steak. But then you have chicken already made, and you don't have to worry about having to cook every single night. Okay. I'm going to take the chicken out. You guys can see it's like a nice brown to it. So we're going to take that out, and we're going to put all the scallions back in. The shallots in. All the shallots. We're going to let those cook up for like a minute with the leeks. You want everything, all the flavors to meld. And that's one way to get it, to get like a little bit of a char, a little bit of a cook on all the onions. So these are all basically all onions that are in here. We're going to put in some zucchini, and we're going to put in some chicken broth. But when you're browning something like you did with the chicken, and when you did with on the onions, and you put a chicken broth in it, it's called deglazing the pan. You're taking everything up from the bottom and getting all those great bits into the dish itself, and it really makes it spectacular that way. Bring a little salt and pepper. You want to season along the way. You don't only want to season at the end when you make something. You want to season along the way. I really season mostly in the middle, and that's what we're doing right now. Let's see if we get any more questions. Looks delicious from Denise. Thank you. Amanda, thank you so much for sharing. Kathy say yum. Everyone share what they're going to make for dinner tonight, where they're from. And if you would share this on your social media, we would love it as well. So I'm getting some nice color on all the scallions, on the shallots and the leeks. Let me just make sure I got everything ready for you guys. So that's good, that's good. So you guys have any questions about what we're making? So in the oven we have the sweet potato nachos. You guys would tell me if I'm talking too fast because I know I was. Sweet potato nachos, sweet potato cauliflower nachos with taco seasoning. We also have in the oven, we have eggplant with the arugula pesto, which is arugula and walnuts. Got a little steamy here. Need a drink. I'm gonna put the zucchini. I cut up the zucchini already. I'm gonna put the zucchini in here. This is a nice wide pan, so I can get everything in. I'm gonna mix that up. Let that cook for a couple minutes. And I know that our food's gonna come out in a couple minutes. It's gonna be a great dish when we finish it. Let's see. Annie said she'll definitely make this. The recipes will be up on the website tomorrow. Watch out for the link. I'll add the link in the comments when I get everything up. Sometimes you need a drink. I got this cup during the Christmas season. It says all mom wants is a silent night. I thought it was pretty funny. So where's everybody from? Let's see. Sherry and Heather and Mindy and Mara and Roger and Cheryl. Where are you guys all from? I know where you're from. Put it in the comments. Don't forget to share. Let's see how many people we have watching. 200 people watching right now. That's amazing. Thanks so much for coming. We have shallots with leeks and zucchini in here. We have good old-fashioned chicken soup in there. We have some chicken we already seared off. In the oven, we have sweet potato nachos with cauliflower, and we have eggplant with pesto, which I cannot wait to try. It's going to be so good. The sweet potato nachos, so it's sweet potato that we cut into wedges and cauliflower. So I used a taco seasoning. You can buy a taco seasoning. Just watch out for the sodium, please. Put it on top with some olive oil. Put it in the oven for 20 minutes. And when you take it out, you're really going to dress it just like you would dress any nacho that you made at home. So I have some black beans waiting. I have some tomatillo salsa waiting. It's going to be really good. Let's see. It's from Tennessee and Ohio. Awesome. Hi, Heather in Livingston, New Jersey. Yes. Okay, so these beeped. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way so I can make room so you guys can see how amazing these sweet potatoes are going to look. Looking good. Okay, let me get a plate out so I can plate them for you guys. From California, Alexis, thank you. Melissa from San Diego, one of the nicest places on earth. The weather is always so good down there. Upstate New York. I went to school in upstate New York. I love it up there. My nieces are up in school, upstate New York. And you know what? And the weather here today, in the Northeast, what was it, 50 degrees today? It was beautiful outside. Took my dog for a walk. It was really nice. How's the weather in Seattle, Washington? Debbie Coaster and Kathy Isbell. Jason Bierman, where are you guys from? Stacy from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. My son plays lacrosse. He was out by Lancaster the other day. Okay. So I'm going to deglaze the pan, like I said. This is going to cook up some zucchini. I don't like the zucchini to get too soft, so you have to watch that. It's freezing in the UK is what Amanda's saying. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. So it's got zucchini, and the leeks and everything, a nice bit of syrup, broth in there. So we're going to cook this down so it gets nice and thick and all the flavors combined. And then putting it over the chicken, it's going to be so good. So we're going to give that a couple minutes. We're going to take the sweet potatoes out of the oven so you guys can see what that looks like. Snow in the UK. We had plenty of snow here 2 weeks ago. Okay. Oh, that smells so good. I think let's give it a little bit more time to see how the eggplant looks. Eggplants look so good. You can test the eggplants and see if they're done. Hi, Lisa Spielman watching from New Jersey. Thanks for coming. In the oven, let me tell you guys what we have right now, because I need to give me a few more minutes on what's in here. And here we have some zucchini and shallots with leeks. cooking up in some chicken broth, which we're gonna nestle the chicken back in there and make a delicious dinner. Here we have some old-fashioned chicken soup because I do not need to get sick and neither do any of you. In the oven, we have sweet potato and cauliflower nachos, so we're dressed like nachos. And we have some eggplant with beautiful pesto and a tomato salad we're gonna add to that as well. Melissa, you have 2 big sweet potatoes ready to cook. You should cut them into wedges and cook them tonight. Whatever greens you have in the house, make a nice pesto with some walnuts. Beautiful, so good. Thanks, Kenneth, for also joining us. Today we're simulcasting on Blue Barn Kitchen and Domestic Superhero, and I'm so glad to have you all here with me. So let's see how this looks. Let's check. So we're gonna check the zucchini, the eggplant. Looking good. Okay, let's take out the sweet potatoes first. Here we go. Doesn't that look good? You guys see how amazing that looks? Yummy. Okay. So we're gonna take. This is how we're gonna plate it. We're gonna put it in this beautiful plate. You guys can see it's got like a nice little char to it. If you want to cook more, you want it browner, then cook it more. I like to have it like nice and toasty, a medium brown. I'm gonna make a little bit of a tower with the sweet potatoes just so it looks nice and pretty. Surround that with the beautiful cauliflower. Okay, so I'm not going to use dairy tonight because I don't eat dairy. My stomach and I are not happy when we have dairy. But you can use any cheese that you like, make a cheese sauce or a ranch dressing. I'm just going to cover this with a little bit of the beans that I have. These are black beans from a can, and I just rinse them and put them on. Put them in a bowl. And then I have down here, I made some tomatillo salsa. You guys can see the salsa. I'm going to put that right on top. Oh, so good. And that's your sweet potato nachos. So this could be a side dish. This could be an appetizer. This is something great when people come over to give them as a great appetizer as well. Put it with some little forks, little plates. It's great. But if you're gonna have this for dinner, have this next to some tomato salad and a piece of chicken, you have a great dinner and lots of different kinds of vegetables. So that's the sweet potato nachos. So they look good? You wanna come over and taste them? Puppy's here tonight, he's helping out. I'm gonna give him a fork. While I get the eggplant out. Put it. There you go. Get some tomatillo salsa on there. Now he's actually a real person. He just has an arm. Let's see. I got 2 thumbs up. It's really good. Hi there, Marlene and Raina and Amanda. Hot water with honey and a squeeze of lemon. Also good for you. Yep, you're getting a cold. In the U.S., I feel like there's so many people getting so sick from the flu. Just want to keep everybody healthy. Okay, so we got this zucchini here. We're gonna put the chicken back in. There. Sometimes I lose my utensils when I'm cooking with you guys. So we're gonna put the chicken back in. Cook that off a little bit more. We're gonna take the eggplant out of the oven. Oh, this chicken smells. It smells so good. Where are my other utensils? Oh, here. So I was using this one with the pan. You shouldn't. This one has a rubber end. That one's much better. Okay, we're gonna put all the zucchini on top of the chicken in the pan. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys again what it looks like. Let me see it. There we go. Looks so good. Nice zucchini. If you don't like zucchini, use squash. If you don't like squash, use mushrooms. Whatever you like, you can make. Again, whatever you have in your fridge, that's what you're gonna make. Which dish I make? Hi, Rita. This is chicken with leeks, shallots, and zucchini. This was our sweet potato nachos with cauliflower and beans and tomatillo salsa. And in the oven, we have pesto-covered eggplant, which we're going to make with our walnut pesto as well. Let's see. Melissa says you make a big pot of chicken soup every week. You make it Friday night, and everyone loves it. I'm making another pot tonight. It's nothing beats chicken soup. Just in time to eat, right, buddy? I'll sit here. And Sherry, thank you so much for showing up. Here, we'll take out. Oh, there we go. This one's a little hot. Look at these beautiful eggplants. Can you guys see it? I'm going to move us over just a little bit to get my actual, so I don't burn myself. I'm gonna move this over. Get out another plate so I can show you how we're gonna plate the eggplant. Let's see who else came. Rebecca, hi Rebecca, where are you from? Thank you, Melissa. Everything smells delicious. I wish you guys could smell it. Okay, so we have some great looking eggplants here. You guys can see the one of you guys can see the char on it. You can see it looks nice and brown. This one also looks like a nice char on it. So I'm gonna do a little crisscross with these. These are really hot. And I'm also gonna take some more pesto and drizzle it on top. Just like a little bit of like a dab right in the middle, which I love to do like that. And then we're gonna surround it with this beautiful cucumber and tomato mint salad that we made earlier today. Put a little bit on this side. Now tell me, who doesn't want to eat this dish? It looks so good. It's full of color. It's full of vibrant vegetables. Here we go. So this is our pesto eggplant. I'll do a little twirl so you guys can see it. Arugula pesto, vegan arugula pesto, on top of great eggplant that I got from the farm. Tomato and cucumber salad with a little bit of mint, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Again, a great meal. You want to have a plant-based diet, and your family wants to eat meat or chicken or fish or whatever they're eating, but you want to eat vegetables. This will fill you up. It's got great fiber. It's got great nutrients. And plus, it looks beautiful. So this is our eggplant. I really can't, it's really looking good, right guys? Like, look at this. There we go. So that's our eggplant with pesto. My kids love when I cook with you guys because then they come down and they're like, what's for dinner? And I get to eat a great dinner. So I'm gonna move this over because it's really big. And this chicken is almost done. We are having our timing. Timing is one of those things I know a lot of people struggle with, trying to get all their food out at the same time. Sometimes I do well, sometimes I don't do so well, but tonight I'm doing pretty well. So I'll tell you guys again what we're gonna eat when we're finished plating. Let's see who else is here. Raina eats mint's a new twist. Yeah, I like mint. You can put scallions in it. You know what else I really like in it is cut up bell peppers, green, yellow, and red. Brenda from North Carolina, I'm so glad you guys are here. Allison's here, so is John and Amy. Thanks so much for coming. I take a little drink. Okay, checking on my soup. I think my soup's not, I'm thinking my soup's not hot enough, so I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. We got about 20 minutes left on that. Chicken's cooking. I made 6 quarts of chicken soup last week and it was gone by Tuesday. So I had to make a lot more this week. You have friends that are sick or you have friends that easily get sick, make them some chicken soup. They will love you forever. We're gonna plate the chicken now. So I'm gonna plate it with some of the eggplant and some of the sweet potato nachos. And then we'll put it all together. Okay, so 1 serving. So I'm gonna get myself some sweet potato nachos. Let's start with that. Sweet potatoes over here. And then I'm gonna put a nice little piece of eggplant on top of here, just next to that on the other side. I'm gonna put some of the beautiful tomato salad. This is my favorite thing to eat. If you guys can't tell, I keep raving about it, so it's really my favorite. Put some of that on there. Then I'm gonna take a nice piece of chicken out of the pot with some of these beautiful zucchinis that are cut up into little spheres with the shallots and the leeks. I think that's done. Okay, so again, just to go over with what we're eating tonight, I hope you guys can see it. I'll tell you in a second how I made the chicken soup. Let's go. So I have the tomato salad with the pesto eggplant. We put a little bit of pesto right on top of the eggplant. I got the chickens with the shallots, the leeks, and the zucchini, and then we have the nachos, which are sweet potato and cauliflower with taco seasoning, with some beans, and a little bit of tomatillo salsa. And those are the dishes we made tonight. The recipes will be up on the website tomorrow. As far as the chicken soup goes, I literally take a cut up chicken, and in a pot I put 3 carrots cut up, 4 things of celery cut up, a big rutabaga cut up, a big parsnip cut up, 2 shallots, 1 onion, like 2 handfuls of baby carrots, and half a pint of tomatoes. I fill it to the top with water. I put in 3 or 4 bay leaves. I let it cook for an hour and a half, and then I had chicken soup. So what do you do when it's done after an hour and a half? I take the chicken out. I probably boil the soup for 10 more minutes just to reduce it a little bit more, and then I have beautiful chicken soup. So the salad dressing is actually the pesto. It's arugula walnuts with nutritional yeast, olive oil, and a little bit of lemon. Thanks so much, Raina. I'm glad that you think it looks super. Thanks, Derek, for being here as well. I hope you guys have a great Sunday evening. Please try some of these recipes. Eating a plant-based diet makes me feel good. I hope it makes you feel good and your family. Love you guys. I'll be back soon next week. Try again 6:45. We'll probably be making some Super Bowl, pre-Super Bowl snacks, but of course they'll be healthy. So any questions before we go? I'll be here for a while, so you guys can let me know. Love you all so much.